Short Stories for Kids, Amazing Animal Adventures, Volume 13. Written by Carl D. Nuttall. Copyright Amazing Adventures Limited. Narrated by Chris Caughey. Story number 73. Richard the Rapid Racing Car. Richard was such a rapid racing car that he had never lost a race in his entire career. For this reason, he was very confident about his ability and he liked to showboat all of the time. In his final retirement race, his thought was therefore simply, "I am going to win." On the morning of the race, Richard awoke in his transport lorry to the scent of soothing petrol aromas. Richard liked to rest like this as he believed it helped him to win races. As the back of the lorry opened, Richard rolled himself down the ramp to the sound of thousands of cheering fans. Richard had become expectant of this reception and drove very slowly toward the starting line, absorbing all of the positive vibes. If anything, this only aided him to win races, as the other drivers knew that he was always the favorite, making them feel a little scared. When Richard eventually arrived at the starting line, he had to wait for all the other cars to arrive behind him before they would start. Normally this only took a couple of minutes, although today there was another racer who was also showboating to the crowd. This racer was starting to irritate Richard a little bit, as he now sat with his engine running. The thing which irritated Richard most was that this racer was in 10th position on the grid. Richard had never heard of them before, and so didn't think it was simply due to a poor qualification race. Beep, beep, beep. The start of the race had begun, and Richard had set off just as he would have expected. He was by far the fastest car there, and after just the second turn in the race, he was already significantly ahead. Richard had just started lap 46, and his crew radioed him to pit on the next lap. Richard had not expected to have to pit at this stage, and so wondered why they were calling him in now. He had briefly considered ignoring them and racing to the end, although after all the years he'd been with the crew...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?